friends, and welcome to 2018. We are kicking butt and taking names. Yes, I said it. 2018 has been absolutely amazing so far, and I'm here to take you along on this journey. This video is going to be all about what's going on in my life now that I'm not a teacher. And even if you still are a teacher, I feel like my channel is going to still be so relevant to you, and I'm going to tell you why throughout this video. So if you're interested in seeing what life is like without being a teacher in 2018, stay tuned. Let's get right into the video. I feel like I owe some of you an explanation because on Instagram I'll say things like, oh yeah, now that I'm not a teacher, and everybody's like, whoa, did I miss something? So if you already know this part, you can just whiz on through. If you don't know what's going on in my life, I retired. Some people are really funny about that word, so I use that like lightly. Like, I decided to leave the classroom in order to pursue my dreams in other places while still being a teacher. Does that really make sense? I don't have a classroom anymore, but everything that I am doing my entire life revolves around being a teacher still. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when I'm talking about my journey and all that kind of stuff, that I still do a lot of the same things. I just have a lot more time to do them because I'm not necessarily a classroom teacher. So Tuesday was the first day on my journey, and it was surreal. I took my kids to school. My husband and I, we go get breakfast every single morning together. So we went and got breakfast. And at that moment is usually when I would leave and go to work. I have to be at work at 7:45. I clock in. I've been doing that for 8-9 years now. And that has become a routine. I'm very routine oriented. So it was a little odd for me not to actually go and leave and not go to work. The good news is that back in June and July, I went on an adventure trying to find an office for myself. And I landed where I am today, which is why some of you always ask, like, where are you? This doesn't look like your house. It's not. This is my office. And it's a huge room in a very old house, which our town is known for its historic district. So this is a house within the historic district, and my father knows the lady that owns this place, and I know her very well. She actually sold us our first house, so she's very near and dear to my heart. And my dad was like, you have this huge office, like there's no way you're using all this space. She's like, no, I've got tons of empty room in my office. And my dad was like, well, my daughter's looking for a place. So I came and I looked at it and I was like, this is it. So we negotiated. I do pay to come every single month, and I'm telling you what, it was one of the best decisions as far as my business, because now I get up and I come to work, and it's work, and I can leave all my junk. If you are a teacher author, you understand the struggle is real. I live in a teeny tiny house, and it's really difficult in 1,500 square feet to raise 3 kids and live my life. And I'm going to go into all that, but I came to work, and Tuesday, I'm talking about kicked butt. I was just going. Literally, I have been reading a book, I'll put it right here, called The 12-Week Year, and I just finished reading it, and it's an amazing way to plan your year in 12 weeks rather than 12 months. And it talks about productivity and how you can be the most productive within a 12-week span, because we do so well with like starting things and getting excited about them and then having a finishing point. And I think that's why I do really well with like an eating plan and a workout plan, and I do well in my business because I'm really good at creating goals, short-term and long-term goals. So I decided to write out my 12-week year in last week. I said, I need to do this, so when I start, I'll be ready to go. Well, problem is that I finished my first week in one day. I mean, kicking butt on Tuesday. And Wednesday came along, and I was like, do I start on week 2? Do I chill? I don't even know what to do. And I started on week 2, and I was go, and about 11 o'clock, I was like, I don't know. I feel like I just need to take a little bit of time for me. So I went on a 45-minute walk, came back, kicked butt. I mean, it is awesome. The first day, my husband called me like 10 times. He's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Are you having fun? And I told him, I was like, I've cried like 10 times. And he's like, cried? Are you missing teaching that bad? No, I cried happy tears. Let me tell you, I loved being a teacher. I freaking loved it. I did not come home every day and complain. I did not come home every day and talk about, how horrible my day was. I got up every day and I kicked butt, okay? Just like I do here at this office. But to be able to do this and be in the freedom of just me and just do what I want to do wholeheartedly, there is no comparison. There's none. All right, so let's talk about like life and like where we're going from this point. I have like a little list of things because I asked some of you on Instagram to ask me some questions and we would get started. I've done a chit chat video like this before and it was really fun, so I wanted to do that. One thing that I have been working on this week, I have made not one, but 2 videos for products, which has been something I've always been passionate about, but I've just never had time to do it. You can check those out on my Facebook page. It's right here, facebook.com/teachingonless. Go ahead and hit that like button so we can be friends and you can keep up with me through Facebook. I hate the aspect of Facebook, like the social part, but I love following different people on their journeys on Facebook because it's just such a good way to keep up with people, even if I don't like the small town drama that Facebook can create. So I would love for you to go like my page on Facebook. Yes, this is a shameless plug to myself, but you know what? It is what it is. I've also had time to write a blog post. I posted this one this week, and I've been posting them on a weekly basis. If you want to check those out, you can find me at kaysemorris.com or teachingonless.com. They're both going to redirect you to the same website. But my favorite blog post to date that I wrote this week was 11 engaging activities for you to use with your students during Black History Month. It was a labor of love. I took all those pictures this week. I wrote the blog post. I sent it to my editor. I had it back. Like, I have time to do like all the things. Like I'm making a YouTube video. I wrote a blog post. I'm posting on my Facebook channel. I'm doing Insta stories. Although I'm not even posting on Instagram like I usually do. Like, what do you need for me to do? I posted 2 products this week. What do you need from me? Because I can do that for you. Like life is, oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. New products. Okay, so I posted new products this week. I revamped my 10 foldable books for Black History Month. They're easy, no prep books that you can do. I revamped those and added a few extra, like Booker T. Washington and Harriet was already in there. So I've got like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, George Washington Carver, Jackie Robinson, Booker T. Washington, Garrett Morgan. It's just fun. They're super easy and super fun. And then I also posted Unit 3 of the Math and Me curriculum, which is an entire year's worth of curriculum for kindergarten teachers. Yes, that's right, 168 lessons that you can do with your students. If you're interested, check it out. I'm going to quit talking about myself now. Well, kind of. I'm going to quit talking about like all the things I created because I don't want you to think that I'm just here for your money, because I'm not. I'm here because of you. So what else am I going to be doing? Well, people are asking me all the time, so like, what do you do? And it's a really fine line between I'm a curriculum designer. I am a product creation specialist. Like, I don't know. If I say curriculum design, people are like, what does that even mean? So I've tried to like reorganize, like, and then if they ask for details, I say, well, I make resources for teachers to make their life easier and to reach students from all over the world. But more recently, I have had the opportunity to go speak to teachers, and I'm going to be doing that all over the United States in 2018 and maybe some places abroad. Can't talk about those just yet. But one of the wonderful companies that I will be working for is SDE, which is Staff Development for Educators. I will be flying to Las Vegas this summer to present for them and hopefully be presenting them for the 2018-2019 school year, which is super, super exciting. So people say, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a motivational teacher speaker that motivates teachers to become better in the classroom and makes education fun and exciting for everybody. I'm also going to be working with the absolutely fabulous group called Teach Your Heart Out, where I will be going to Las Vegas, and later on in the year, I will also be traveling to Miami. If you haven't heard about Teach Your Heart Out right now, stop what you're doing. I'll leave a link down below and go check it out. Amazing group of teacher authors, amazing group of teachers, amazing, hilarious, funny people. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. All right, workout. So if you follow me on Instagram, I chat a lot about the balance in life, like mind, body, and spirit. Like, what does that mean? Well, you need to make sure that all of those things are in sync for you to be the best you. And I totally believe that. And with 2018 coming around the corner, just kidding. With 2018 being here, right now, it's time for you to get all of those things in sync. So number 1, how do you get your mind in sync? Well, I suggest that you start reading some books. So I told you guys that I read 12-Week Year, and I kind of lied. I didn't read it. I listened to it on an audiobook because I have time to do a lot of things, but reading is not something I am passionate about, like just sitting there reading. I don't like being still that long, so I like to multitask. So I listen to tons of audiobooks. I just use the iPhone app, the iBooks. Some people use Audible, and I've had Audible before, which is fine. I'm familiar with iBooks, so I just use iBooks. Okay, you got me? You got me. Another book that I plan on reading is You Are a Bad. I believe that out because I don't know how you feel about me cussing. I'm not a teacher anymore, so I feel like I can cuss on my YouTube channel. But if you're not okay with, like, I know, like, just be me, but I don't know. I don't I try not to offend people I can help it. Like, I don't want to offend any of you. If you're like, girl, I am not offending you, then just go ahead and put that down in the comment section. Favorite music at the moment. I have been listening to a lot of music. Let's get real. First of all, I need a friend. I told my husband, like, I need a dog. He's like, you do not need a dog. You do not like animals. And I was like, but I feel like now, like, I feel like I have time to love a dog, and I have time to walk a dog, and I have time for me. Like, I need a companion, you know? I told him, I said, I need a Subaru, I need a dog, and I want a garden. Like, seriously, I've had 4 days of not being a teacher, and I am just like, live like you want to live. Okay, bring it back down to reality. All right, so so I told you the books. Some of the music that I have been listening to, most of you know I am a Southern rock kind of girl. I love me some Allman Brothers, Widespread Panic, Grateful Dead, all of that. I'm a big jam band girl, but I am from the South, and I do love some country music. Judge away. Judge. My husband judges me all the time for it. So Luke Bryan, I am obsessed with his new album. Like, I love me some Sam Hunt. Thomas Rhett, OMG. If you have not heard Marry Me, that dude is hilarious. I'm obsessed with him and his wife. It's weird. Like, they are the cutest thing I have ever seen. So if I have nothing better to do, I just look up what Thomas Rhett and his wife are doing. I can't believe I just admitted that, but you know, it is what it is. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've always been obsessed with YouTube videos, obviously, which is why I decided to start a channel. But most of you know Pocket Full of Primary. If you don't, go check her out. I am following her marathon journey, which is exciting because that is leading me to body. We talked about mind, body, and then we'll get to spirit. One of the things that I am doing, I start January the 15th, is a 80-day obsession plan with Beachbody. No, I am not a Beachbody coach. I don't think I have time for that. It would be fun though. And so we decided that we would start our journey with Beachbody again and Beachbody On Demand, which is like Netflix for workouts. And we would do an 80-day obsession, which I love that it didn't start January the 1st because I just wasn't ready for all that yet. But it starts January the 15th. And yes, it's 80 days, but it's 80 days of different workouts. And the trainer's name is Autumn, and she's super, like, she is like no funny stuff, but at the same time, she's very motivational. She has like such words of wisdom. I always listen, I watch it on my laptop and do the workouts, and then I listen to it with my headphones. If you have kids and like going to the gym is like, you cannot do that. I get that. I watch Pocket Full of Primary, and she goes to the gym every day after school, and I used to do that, but now that I have kids, I can't really do that anymore. So when they get home and eat their afternoon snack, just press play and get started, get working out. And my goal is to do this, not necessarily when they're at home, but I do it all the time with my kids at home, and they know, like, this is mommy's time. Like, this is mommy's time that she needs time for her, and afterwards, endorphins are going, and I'm like the best mom on the planet, or wife, for at least 2 hours. My husband's always like, girl, you need to work out more often. So 80-day obsession is kicking off for me. If you're interested, I can give you the link, but I mean, I don't have like an affiliate link or anything like that. Podcast. I got this question from MN Weaver on Instagram. She asked what podcast I am following. I gotta get my phone because I can't remember all of them. BRB. Absolute favorite podcast. One of them is Kate All from Simple Pen Media. And I'll put all these down below. I just listen to podcasts on the podcast app on my phone. I know I've talked about that a few different times, but I wanted to share that with you guys. I love listening to the Biz Chicks podcast, where it's all about women entrepreneurs and how they like to, get motivated and all that kind of stuff. I like TED Radio Hour, Smart Passive Income by Pat Flynn, and Elite Edgepreneurs podcast, which is a podcast that talks about, by Rachel Davis, that talks about empowering teachers. It's awesome. So those are some of my absolute favorite podcasts. Another thing that some of you have asked me about is cooking. I talked about cooking on my Instagram, and I said something about cooking 6 days a week, and everybody was like, what? I need your recipes. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can do that to find out, like what I've got going on in my life and cooking. So one question that somebody DM'd me about a while ago was like, how do you cook 6 days a week? I don't know. It just happens. I don't even know. Like, it's not a, am I going to cook tonight kind of question. It used to be that way. It used to be like, oh man, it would just be so much easier to pick something up. Am I going to cook tonight? And now it's just like, I just cook every night. So you need staples. You need things that you can always depend on. Like, name your days Taco Tuesday. So when you don't want to cook something different, you can cook tacos, or Chili Wednesday, or Steak Friday, or Lobster Saturday. I don't know if you want to get that fancy, but go ahead and name your days, those like staple things, and then if you want to go outside the box, you can always do that. So I wrote down some of my absolute staples that I cook. I mean, I'm not going to say every week because I don't cook them every week, because sometimes, I cook them one week and then we're not in the mood the next time. So spaghetti is one. I did a quick little recipe guide on my Insta stories the other day. I do baked spaghetti, which is a grandmother recipe, and if you've never baked spaghetti, then I don't know what life you're living, because baked spaghetti is so much better to me than regular spaghetti. And when I am trying to eat healthier, and be the best me I can be, I don't eat a lot of pasta. I eat carbs, but not a lot of carbs and not bad carbs. So I do spaghetti squash, and some of you may not be about that life, but I am. So spaghetti squash, and like I said, if you want to check it out on Instagram, I went through like the entire thing the other day. Another thing, like I said, was tacos. My husband is obsessed with country fried steak. It is not my favorite, but I do cook it because that's his favorite thing for us to eat. And I realized the other day that you can take cube steak, which is super cheap. So if you're on a budget, then I got you. And if you have a crock pot, some of you are into that whole Instapot thing right now. I want to be, but I like my crock pot just fine. So I don't really need an Instapot, you know what I mean? But take country fried steak. I think you can get 5 for $2.98, maybe $3. Put it in a crock pot, and then I like to add French onion soup, au jus packets, water, onions, potatoes, carrots, and it's like roast, but it's super cheap and it is delicious. I actually like it better than roast. If you're interested, some people have said, I want some recipes. I really thought about starting blogging, because now I have time for that. Blogging, doing an educational blog one week and the next week doing recipes, because it's fun. It's fun. I love it. So, all right, so country fried steak, pork chops. We traveled to a place called M&T Meats, which is about an hour and 10 minutes for us, and it's, oh my gosh, it's worth every single cent. All of the animals there they come from a better environment, I guess, than most of our meat that we get from our Walmart or our local grocery store. If you have a Whole Foods, then go you. I don't have a Whole Foods, so I can't really relate to that. But a lot of the animals are grass-fed. There are all different kinds of things. They don't get as many, steroids. They don't, their chicken has zero, all that stuff. What is it called? I was going to say antibiotics. That's not it. I don't know. They don't get injected with that stuff. And you can tell, their chicken breasts are smaller and flatter than the kind that you get from Walmart, but they're also cheaper. So I can feed, they're not half the price of Walmart, but they're way cheaper. They will marinate them in their special marinade that is stop it. It's so good. I bet that was a pretty face. They have a hot sauce marinade, and then they vacuum seal everything. Ride or die, M&T Meats. And I wrote this long review on their Facebook page and just said, there's so much more to me than a meat company. I sit down and eat dinner at the table with my family 5-6 nights a week, and that company has brought me, I love their meat so much that when I sit down and eat with my family, that's to me it's priceless. I don't care if you charge me double for the meat, because now I love to cook so much, and it's so easy for me that I get these special moments with my kids and with my family, because I believe that eating at the dinner table is a really big deal. And maybe that's just a Southern thing, but I love eating at the dinner table. So thank you, M&T Meats, for bringing my family tons of wonderful memories, not just with food, but also with our conversations. Okay, I'm going to get emotional about a meat company. Let me stop. All right, so something else I like to cook. I love steak fillets, of course. I'm not a big red meat fan. It may seem that way, but I'm not. I actually prefer chicken a lot. I fry chicken. I do. I have kids. You have to fry chicken. Maybe you ain't about that life either because you don't like fried food. But I have kids, and I feel like, you have to live a little. Eat the cheese. Drink the glass of wine. You need to live a little. So I fry chicken. I do. And I also bake chicken in the oven, which I don't really prefer baked chicken. It tastes a little bland to me. And then I also saute it on a pan, and I have lots of recipes for all that. I don't just throw bare chicken on the pan. I have all kinds of stuff. So, like I said, if you're interested in recipes, then message me down below and we'll chat about that. Shrimp. We love shrimp in my house. My boys love it. I'll fry shrimp. I will. Buttermilk that shrimp, baby. Woo! It's so good. Buttermilk, fry it. OMG. I don't care. Gotta live my life. And I also grill it. My husband will grill it. We'll make shrimp salads. I love shrimp fettuccine. My husband usually handles the fettuccine because he's really good at it. I do spaghetti squash with fettuccine as well. And mac and cheese is a staple that I do probably 3 nights a week because I have kids, and you need cheap food to fuel your children, especially when you're raising 4 children. No, 3 boys and a husband. So I make big carb things, just white rice and croissants, biscuits, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, That's basically my food thing. So we talked about mind, we talked about body now, and then let's talk about spirit. I don't know what religion you are, if you have a religion, or, and to me, like, that doesn't define you as a person. I want you to try to pursue your spiritual journey in 2018. I'm very hippie-esque. I believe in love and living the best life, and that I believe most people are good and we all can get along in perfect harmony. I have a very, very optimistic mind, and I think that one way I stay happy and optimistic is through a spiritual journey. And I constantly try to learn more, whether it be reading a Bible, reading a devotion, looking up things on the internet, reading about other religions. I think that that's really important. I think sometimes we get stuck on this mindset that one way is the only way. And I really, really enjoy reading about other religions, talking to people about their religion, figuring out what makes people different from me. And I think that's an important part of life. So mind, body, and spirit, I encourage you to find all of those places in 2018 to be the best you that you can be. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be doing a few more YouTube videos. If you have a YouTube video idea, go ahead and put it down in the comment section below. If you're watching my channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys get notifications every time I add a new video. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll be honest with you, I was going to not lie to you guys, but hide the truth about me leaving the classroom for a very long time, because I thought that you would think that that didn't make us relatable, but I feel the complete opposite now, and I feel like some of you have either been in my shoes, you want to leave the classroom, or you're in the classroom and you love it, but you want to see life from a different perspective. So I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm not going to hide the truth, and I am not a teacher, but I am a teacher, if you feel me. Teaching is in my blood, and the teaching profession is going to stay with me for the rest of my life and all of the different journeys that I have along the way. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Bye.